Do you guys like this open or closed? I feel like I just feel like it's kind of cold. Like there's like a breeze when it's open. Okay. All right, friends. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for being here. I was thinking this class will be packed, but then when I woke up this morning, I'm like, ooh, maybe nobody will show up. So this is a great crowd for what I was expecting. So thank you so much for making the journey to the studio. Okay, so for New Year's practice, I don't like to get too crazy with like intentions and resolutions just because I feel like we get in our heads about it so much, and it's really just another day, and every single day is a new day to begin again. But what I am doing for myself is just choosing one word that I want to be my word for the year. So not something I want to fix about myself, not something I want to get rid of, but something I want to bring in, something I want to call in or invite in. So for me, my word is playfulness, just because I feel like I've been taking life very seriously. And when I take life too seriously, I get angry and I get like I start trying to control everything. And if I can just be more playful with everything, with like my endeavors and with my relationships and even with myself, I think for me, it just brings a lightness to life. So my invitation for you guys is to choose a word that resonates for you, and then just play with embodying it in your practice today. So whatever, like compassion, for example, love, how can you show yourself more compassion in your practice on your mat? How can you, even if it's power, how can you be more powerful in your practice? So however, whatever makes sense for you, whatever resonates for you, and then how do you start to embody that on your mat? And you guys know when we practice things in here, they can't help but transfer to out there. So yeah, that's all. It's my invitation for you as you move through practice and then as we move into this new year. So let's go ahead and get started just in a comfortable seated position. And if you want, you might move around a little bit before settling into stillness. So I always kind of rock side to side on my sit bones, find a sense of rooting and grounding. I sometimes like to roll my head around or roll my shoulders around. And then as you're ready, just settle in. You can rest your hands in your lap. You can bring your hands to your heart. You can bring one hand to your heart space, one hand to your belly. And eventually just close your eyes. And take these first couple of moments to just feel into your body, your internal world, your inner space. Notice how you are, anything you've brought with you to class. So not trying to change or fix or control, but just noticing what's there. And start to feel into the rise and fall of your breath. And as you connect with yourself, as you become more present with yourself, focus in on one word. So a one word intention for your year ahead. And you can change it at any time during the year if you want, but for now, what would be most resonant for you? What do you want to call in or invite in more of? And then once you have your word, you're focusing on it, get curious about how does that word feel in your body? What's the energy of that word? If it had a color, what color would it be? Maybe you visualize that color just flowing through you with your breath. And then next time you inhale, fill up as big as you possibly can. When you think you are full, see if you can even sip in a little bit more at the top. And big open mouth sigh, just let go. Ah. Good. Again, just like that. Inhale, fill up. Breathe in the energy of your own word into your body, every little space inside. Let it circulate around. And then when you're ready, big exhale and just send it out into the universe. Ha. One more time. Biggest inhale you've taken all morning long. Take a moment to pause. Feel this breath inside of you. Keep holding. See if you can relax around your held breath just a little bit. And then when you're ready, open your mouth, big sigh, send it out. Ah. Seal your lips now. And start to drop into your Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. So start to create that whisper noise with your breath, that oceanic sound, like wind moving through trees, even a Darth Vader breath. See if you can start to hear your breath flowing through you. And you can stay right here, just in your New Year's morning seated meditation for as long as you want to. Just feeling, noticing, observing, connecting to your own internal rhythm. As you feel ready, you can start from your seat, bring in some intuitive movements, whatever would feel good, moving through your upper body, your arms. Eventually, absolutely no rush, so take as much time as you'd like, but eventually we'll end up on our hands and our knees, tabletop position. And you guys know the drill, just move in whatever way feels good. So maybe that's cat cows, maybe that's big circles with your hips. Perhaps you just want to sit back into a child's pose and give yourself a moment to rest and ground in your child's pose. So anything goes, anything that feels good to you, and maybe anything that feels uncomfortable, get curious about that. So where do you feel stiff or tight or sore, tender? Is there a way you can start to create more space? Is there a way you can breathe into those tight spaces, let them soften a bit? So use your felt senses rather than opening your eyes wide and looking around the room. Maybe you close your eyes or just keep them open to a soft gaze and go by feeling. So with your awareness in your spine, what do you feel? With your awareness in your shoulders, what do you notice? Even in your hands, your wrists, your fingers, your forearms. There's about a million things going on inside your body right now if you can really tune in and pay attention. So take about 4 or 5 more rounds of breath, just moving in whatever way calls to you. No right or wrong. And then eventually we will take it back into a downward facing dog. First down dog of the new year when you are ready. Good job, friends. Once you're back in your dog pose, keep your exploration going. So you can pedal out your heels, shift your hips side to side. Might feel good to take your hands out a little bit wider than usual, give your shoulders some space. Might feel good to take your feet out wide. I really love taking my feet out to the width of my mat for my first down dog and transferring my weight from side to side on the diagonal. So if you press into your right hand, press back through your left heel, shift your hips to the left. And feel a nice stretch down the back of your left leg, and then you can switch it up. So lots of ways to explore, lots of ways to stretch, feel into your body, notice what's there. And then maybe just come back to your word. Is there a way you can bring it into your pose? Is there a way you can embody it from the inside out? Maybe, maybe not, but just get curious about that. Beautiful poses, friends. Take one more full round of breath in your down dog. And then at the end of your exhale, just slowly, mindfully crawl your hands back to the back of your yoga mat until you find yourself in a forward fold. So eventually all the way it comes into your feet. You can have a little or a big bend in your knees. I would recommend feet about hips width distance apart for this first one, or maybe even a little bit wider. Make sure all of your toes are facing forward. And if you want, take a ragdoll pose, grab opposite elbows, or even bring your hands behind your head and interlace your fingers at the base of your skull. Give the back of your neck some traction. Yeah, so feel into your forward fold. Breathe into your forward fold. See if you can lift your sit bones, your butt a little higher towards the sky. Weight just slightly forward in your feet. At the bottom of each exhale, can you feel that connection to your center? So empty all the way out and feel your navel draw back towards your spine. Maybe you fold just a little tiny bit further from the inside. Beautiful work. Take one more round here. With your next inhale, find a halfway lift position. Pause in your halfway lift and let's take a twist. So again, feet at least hips width distance apart. Bend your left knee a lot, left fingertips to the ground, right arm to the sky. So twisting towards the right side of the room, opening up through the right side of your heart. Your left knee can be really bent, but try to work your right leg as straight as you can. Press into the inner edge of your right foot, the big toe mound, and then pull your right hip towards the back wall. Twist from your center. So breathe all the way down into your belly. And as you exhale, work your twist. Nice, Laura. Take one more full round. Maybe you gaze up at your right fingertips. End of your exhale, let it go and switch to the other side. So right knee bends, right fingertips on the ground, left arm to the sky. So think of this not as a forward fold with a twist, but a halfway lift with a twist. So spine long, nice, Mandy. Crown reaches forward, left hip pulls back. Stay rooted through the inner edge of your left foot. Good, Soph. Big deep breaths. Maybe you gaze up at your left fingertips as you reach a little higher. One more round. End of your exhale, release, forward fold, halfway lift, realign your spine, lengthen out. And then from here, plant your hands or your fingertips and slowly, mindfully crawl forward to a plank position. So top of a push-up, shoulders over your wrists, hips level with your shoulders. Pause in your plank for a moment and really find your strength. So your gaze is down, back of your neck is long. Draw your belly button in and up. And as you push the ground away, see if you can take little baby rocks forward and back. So just like you're sawing through a piece of wood with your body, next time you inhale, find that little rock forward, surround your tippy toes or knees come down to modify. Exhale, lower just halfway. Hold until you're empty in your breath. And then inhale, push back up, high plank. Yes, one more time like that. Exhale, little rock forward, lower halfway. Christine, inhale, push up. Very nice. Exhale, slow as you can go, all the way to your belly. With your in-breath, Spider-Man Cobra. So bring your hands out wide onto the hardwood floor. Lift to your fingertips, elbows face the sky. Inhale, lift your heart. And then as you exhale, take a little twist to your right side. Dip your left shoulder down. Yeah, perfect, Megs. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, other side, twist. The wider your hands are, the more space your shoulders have. Go one more time, each direction, with your own breath, at your own pace. Feel into your shoulders, feel into your front body, back body, side bodies, no hurry. Eventually, an inhale will bring you back to center. You can stay there for a moment, feel into that opening of your front body, and then eventually down dog. Get there in your own way, in your own time. Nice job, friends. Back to your down dog. Big, deep breaths. So about 5 rounds into your down dog. And if you want, feel free to bring in some exploration, some movement. You can even take one leg up and then the other. You could turn it into a turbo dog. Bend your elbows, hug them in towards each other. So it's almost like a dolphin pose, but your forearms are just hovering above the ground. Can you feel that connection to your center? So if you come to my class, you hear me talk about it all the time. Imagine there's an invisible rope attached to your belly button. It's pulling up and it's tugging towards the top corner of the back wall. So rather than feeling like all of your weight is coming down into your hands and your wrists and your fingers, imagine energy is moving up from your hands, flowing through your side bodies. Feel that connection to your center. You guys look so good. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, gaze to the top of your space. And this time, top of your yoga mat, forward fold. Once you have arrived, find your halfway lift position. Breathe in, lengthen out. Exhale, bow and fold. Root through your feet, rise all the way to stand. Big full body stretch, arms to the sky. Hands to heart center, exhale. Flow with your breath for just a moment. Inhale, high mountain, reach up. Swan dive down. So see if you can take the entire length of your exhale to slowly dive, then release. Nice legs with your inhalation, halfway lift. So feel into the length and the strength in your back body. Back muscles hug around your spine. Exhale, fold, let it go. Root through your feet, lead with your heart, rise. Inhale, stretch your arms up, nice dive, maybe gaze up. Hands to heart center with your exhale. We'll do one more round like that. Make it a meditation in motion, high mountain, breathe in. Swan dive down, maybe close your eyes, feel your body move from the inside. As you inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Shoulder blades hug your spine. Stick your butt out and press back through the tops of your thighs. Exhale, fold and bow. Good job. Press into your feet. Lead with your heart all the way back up. Arms reach up. Nice crisp. Try to touch the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. All right, friends. This time, inhale. Take your arms up. And then as you exhale, hands behind your back, let's interlace our fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down, shoulder blades squeeze your spine. And if you want more, bend your elbows, press your palms together. Imagine your elbows are magnetized. So this will bring in a lot more muscle energy. Keep that and start to reach your hands back. Maybe you can only reach a millimeter, maybe you can reach a few inches. So just work that opening in the front of your shoulders. If you want, add a little back bend, not by lifting your head, but by lifting your heart. So heart puffs up, press your hips gently forward, hug in with your inner thighs like you're squeezing a yoga block. Take one more big, huge inhale. Very nice. Keep your clasp, hinge at your hips. Exhale, dive down. So let your heart lead, relax your neck at the bottom. It might feel nice to keep a big bend in your knees or widen your stance even more. So let your head be heavy, let your neck relax. You might shake yes, no, maybe so. See if you can lift your sit bones. So remember, weight slightly forward. Try not to rock back into your heels. See if you can lift your knuckles higher as you let your head hang. Take one more big inhale. Work that opening in the fronts of your shoulders. Exhale, hands to your low back. Release your clasp. Let your arms hang down. You can shake them out a little bit if you want. With your next inhalation, halfway lift position. So realign. Good. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step your feet back. You're in a plank pose. Move through your own vinyasa however you'd like. So if you want to add a couple push-ups, go for it. Please, Mandy, if you want to take it on your knees, substitute cat-cows. Please, Camille, find your way back to your downward facing dog. And then your big, deep Ujjayi breaths. Fire up your breath. Beautiful, Mary. All right, from your down dog, inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Go ahead, do whatever you want. So if you want to open your hip for a moment or roll out your ankle or take some circles with your right knee, feel free. Eventually, square off your hips. So maybe in your next couple breaths, if they're not already square, square them off. Good, very nice. So as you press down into your fingertips, press up into your right foot and lift from your belly button, from your center. See if you can make your right leg really strong. So if I came over, tried to press your right leg down, it wouldn't even move. There's so much power there. Take one more inhale. Beautiful work. Exhale, right knee to your nose. So round your spine, hollow out your belly, push the ground away. Stay here as you breathe in. Awesome, David. And then as you exhale, step forward, super softly, low lunge. Take a moment and just stretch your own legs however you want to. So that might look like opening your front hip, straightening your front leg, back knee can come down. So just feel into your legs, even if all you do is close your eyes, put your awareness in your legs and breathe, that's fine. Just notice what's there. Then in your next couple of rounds, high crescent lunge. Good, you guys. So there's definitely an element of balance in crescent lunge. You're on the ball of your back foot. The stability comes by hugging towards midline. So pull your front hip back, your back hip forward, and feel your inner thighs hug in, your strong foundation. So legs are your foundation, and then your upper body is your own unique expression. So feel into it, lift your heart, maybe even lift your gaze, reach through your fingertips. As you feel your breath expanding and contracting, can you soften just a little bit? Soften your face, soften your outer shell. Beautiful poses. Take one more big inhale into crescent. As you exhale, lean forward and bring your hands to your front thigh. So there's a diagonal line from the top of your head back to your heel. Press into your front thigh with your hands and pull your belly button back towards your spine. So it's almost like you're puffing up or rounding just a little through your low back. As you're ready, you're gonna root into your front foot, float your back foot off the ground. Keep pressing into your front thigh to work the length in your spine. Stay connected to your center, keep your hips square. Awesome, if it's helpful, bend your standing leg. You can stay where you're at or option to add some arms. Arms can be whatever you want them to be. Reach forward for full warrior three. Reach back for more of an airplane. Yeah, or even out to the sides, cactus arms. Take one more round. Awesome, Ali, strong through your back leg. End of your exhale, come back to your crescent lunge. Awesome, Danica, soft landing. Inhale here, lift your heart, lift your gaze. As you exhale, hands to the earth. Keep your left hand where it's at, or maybe you lift to your left fingertips, right arm to the sky, revolve lunge. So open it up. See if you can feel the strength still in your legs. So you're pulling your right hip back, but at the same time, your right knee is hugging towards your left armpit. So feel the twist in your center, right under your rib cage. Breathe down into your belly, your low back. And as you exhale, see if you can twist a little further, draw your belly button back and away from your front thigh. Take one more round, maybe gaze up at your right fingertips. Beautiful poses. End of your exhale, release. Now listen here, pivot your back heel down, set up for a warrior two, rise up, Virabhadrasana 2. So right toes face directly forward, left toes face directly to the left. Notice if your hips are nice and open or if you're pulling your back hip forward. Try to let your hips open towards the left wall. So pelvis nice and neutral. And just allow your hips to open up. Beautiful, good job. Next time you breathe in, reverse your warrior. So front palm rotates up, reach up, try to touch the ceiling, and then reach just slightly back. Keep that deep bend in your front knee and track your front knee towards your pinky toe. Don't let it fall inwards. Good. Imagine you're lifting your right rib cage further away from your right hip. If there's a variation you like to take, go for it. Take about 2 more rounds of breath here. Good job, friends. End of your next exhale, come back to a warrior two stance, and then straighten out your front leg, parallel your feet. So turn all 10 of your toes to face the left long edge of your mat, to face the windows, arms to the sky, inhale. For this first one, let's bring our hands behind our back. Exhale, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down, shoulder blades, squeeze your spine, maybe reach your hands back, maybe lift your heart up. One more big in breath. As you exhale, keep your clasp, hinge at your hips, lead with your heart, take it all the way down, wide-legged forward fold. We'll take about 5 breaths. So if you want, you can keep your hands clasped for all 5 breaths. If you want to let it go at any time, that's fine with me. You can do your own thing if you'd rather. Make sure your feet are parallel, toes face forward, or maybe you're very, very slightly pigeon-toed. That's fine too. If you rotate your toes out and your heels in, then you completely miss the stretch in the backs of your legs. So make any adjustments so that you can get everything possible out of this posture. Soften your face, relax your neck. Beautiful. See if you can lift your sit bones higher. You still got your clasp. See if you can lift your knuckles higher. Take one more huge inhale. Your hands are clasped. Exhale, bring your hands to your low back and release your clasp. Everybody, halfway lift, fingertips on the ground. So if you need to, bend your knees a lot. Walk your hands to the top of your space, rotate your toes to face forward, and then just step forward, forward fold. Halfway lift position, breathe in and lengthen. Stick your butt way out, press the tops of your thighs way back. Exhale, fold, let it go. Ha. Now listen, chair pose. So bend your knees, weight in your heels, lift your heart. Good. Arms can reach straight up, or if that feels like too much on your neck or your shoulders, maybe you bring a little bend into your elbows, might feel nicer. Weight should be in your heels for now. So see if you can even pick up your toes and spread them. Yeah, you should be able to look down and see your toes. If you can't see them, that means your knees are coming too far forward. Bring your weight further back into your heels and sit your butt back. Take one more round. Beautiful chair pose. And exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. So you'll just swing your arms back behind you. Don't round your spine. Keep your heart open. Option to rock forward and now float onto your tiptoes. So lift your heels as high as you can lift your heels. And then as you lift your heels higher, see if you can lower your butt, bend your knees more. Keep your heart lifted. Awesome, Sophia. Take one more round. Stay on your tiptoes if you want a balance challenge. Next, inhale, high mountain. So as tall as you can possibly grow. Maybe stay on your tiptoes as you slowly dive down. It's helpful if you bend your knees, stick your butt out. Feel that shake in your legs and your ankles. Welcome it. It's a good thing. It's an edge. Inhale to a halfway lift. Heels on the ground now. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your yoga mat. Move through your vinyasa however you would like, slowly and mindfully. Add or subtract, whatever you want. Move with your breath. See you back in downward facing dog. All right, slow and steady with your breath, big and spacious. Next time you inhale, take your left leg to the sky. Go ahead for your first couple of breaths or so. If there's any movement that's calling, if you want to open your hip, roll out your ankle, take a couple circles with your knee. And then square off your hips, make your left leg strong and powerful. So if you think about the position of your body here, you're in a warrior three, it's just tipped over. So feel into that. Your hips are square. Maybe you're bending your right leg a lot. See if you can feel the strength in your left leg. Press through your left foot. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, left knee to your nose, round your spine, hollow out your belly. Stay here, breathe in, lift through your waistline. Exhale, step forward softly. Good work. Once you've arrived, a little bit of movement, a little bit of your own exploration through your legs on this side. Anything that feels good, or maybe it's simply just closing your eyes, breathing, putting your awareness in your legs, feeling around. Doesn't have to be fancy. Yeah. So can you go into your body rather than going somewhere outside of yourself? Can you feel what's there and be with what's there? In your next couple rounds, rise up to your crescent lunge, no rush. Expandy, so strong and stable through your legs. Make your legs your foundation. So feel that sense of grounding and rootedness, even as you're balancing. Hug towards midline, front hip pulls back, back hip pulls forward. What you're really doing is plugging the femur bones into the hip sockets. And then a little tone in your belly. So navel to spine connection. You should feel length in your low back and support in your low back. Lift your heart, maybe even lift your gaze. So your own unique expression in your upper body. What does it feel like? Breathe into it, soften around it. Thanks, David. One more big inhale. Exhale, hands to your front thigh. Lean forward just a little. So diagonal line from the top of your head back to your heel. Draw your belly button in and up, almost like you're trying to round your low back or puff up through your low back. As you're ready, lean forward even more. Let your back foot just float off the ground. Keep it strong. So like there's an invisible wall behind you and you're stomping your right foot into that wall. Bend your standing leg if it's helpful. And then if you'd like, option for some arms. Yeah, nice Nils. Good. Awesome, Mary Jo. Take one more round, your fullest expression. What does it feel like in your body? Breathe into it. End of your exhale, come back softly. Crescent lunge. Inhale here, maybe a little gaze up. Exhale, hands to the ground. Legs stay the same, but we'll add a twist. So right hand down, or maybe you lift to your right fingertips, left arm to the sky. Good. Back leg strong. If you want to modify your back knee, can always come down. Otherwise, your back leg is very powerful. Imagine the power of the pose is coming out of your back toes, traveling through your back leg, and then feel that connection to your center. Draw your left hip back energetically, but your left knee is magnetized to your right armpit. Breathe down into your belly. As you exhale, can you twist just a tiny bit further from the inside out? Good work. All the way to empty. End of your exhale, let it go. And then pivot your back heel down. Let your hips open. Rise up to warrior two. So left toes forward, right toes directly to the right. Your feet create a 90-degree angle with one another. As you bend into your front knee, make sure it feels like it's tracking open towards your pinky toe rather than collapsing in towards your big toe. Notice if your back hip, if you're kind of pulling it forward, let your hips stay open. Let your pelvis stay neutral. Next time you breathe in, reverse your warrior. Front palm rotates up. Yeah, reach up. Try to touch the sky and then reach slightly back. Your right side stays strong as you stretch through your left side. Keep that deep bend, awesome, Mary, in your front knee. And then lift your left ribs up away from your left hip. Good. If there's a variation you want to play with, feel free. Go for it. Soft through your face, soft through your outer shell. Even if it's a lot, can you be with that? It's only temporary. Take one more huge breath. End of your exhale, come back to warrior two. Straighten out your front leg, parallel your feet. Take both of your arms to the sky. Breathe in here. And then as you exhale, swan dive all the way down. So anywhere you would like to go, this time about 5 breaths or so. No right or wrong, just stay present, stay in your body. Good. Good. Awesome, you guys. So wherever you choose to be, just be there fully, without judgment, but simply observation. Maybe you notice, are you rocking back into your heels? Are your toes turned out a little bit? Maybe there's some adjustment you can make. Take one last full round of breath. And then next time you breathe in, halfway lift position, fingertips on the ground. So bend your knees if needed. Crawl your hands to the top of your space. Rotate your toes to face forward and step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Good. Exhale, bow, let it go. Root through your feet. Take it all the way to stand. Arms to the sky. Big full body stretch. Exhale, you choose either hands to your heart or arms down by your sides, palms open. So for just a moment, close your eyes and stand in this pose, mountain pose. So feeling into your feet on the ground, rooted down. Crown of your head drawing up. Broaden through the front of your shoulders. Let your heart open ever so slightly. And then just feel from the inside, energy moving through your breath flowing through you. Feel the rise and fall, the expansion and contraction. So how much awareness can you bring into simply standing? We'll move through that entire sequence now. One breath, one movement. Doesn't mean we speed through it with momentum. Means we move slowly, mindfully with our big, deep breaths. If at any time you want to take a break, you want to do your own thing, please feel free. This is your practice. So give yourself what you need. Listen to your body first. If you are coming with me, one more huge inhale in your mountain pose. Fill up as big as you can. Take up more space. Hold. Big sigh. Let it go. Good job. Ujjayi breath. Take your arms up. Inhale. Just a little baby back bend this time. So exhale, cactus your arms, curl open, lift your heart, navel to spine to protect your low back. Inhale, re-extend, realign, reach up. And then exhale, take your swan dive down, stick your butt out, reach your heart forward all the way down into your fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga. See if you can keep that exhale going as you lower down. Inhale, peel your heart open. Awesome, Chris. Shoulders back and down. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good, Mary Jo. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky, strong and powerful. Use your core. Exhale as soft as you can. Step your right foot through, low lunge. With your in-breath, rise up, strong legs. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Beautiful. Exhale, hands to your front thigh. Lean forward, prepare to balance. Inhale, back foot floats up. Stay here and hold as you exhale. Option to add some arms if you'd like. Breathe in, back to crescent lunge. Soft landing if possible. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, hands come down. With your in-breath, twist. Right arm to the sky. Peel the right side of your heart open. Exhale, unwind, pivot your back heel down. Listen, reverse warrior. So all the way up and back. Reach up, reach back. As you exhale, warrior two stance. Inhale, straighten your front leg, parallel your feet, both arms to the sky. Exhale, swan dive down. Empty all the way out. Crown towards the ground, butt towards the sky, navel to spine. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips down. And then exhale, crawl your hands to the top of your space. Rotate your toes to face forward and step forward, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, bow, fold in. Now listen, chair pose. Bend your knees, weight in your heels, lift your heart, reach up. Exhale, yogi's choice, chair plane or drinking bird. So option to float to tiptoes. Maybe stay on your tiptoes. High mountain, all the way up as tall as you can grow. Yes, maybe stay on your tiptoes as you take your swan dive down. Beautiful. Nice, Laura. Heels on the ground. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga. Try to keep that exhale going or even hold empty as you lower. Lift your heart with your in-breath. Keep your shoulders down away from your ears. Beautiful, Christine. Exhale, down dog. Left leg to the sky. Inhale. Use your core as soft as possible. Exhale, step your left foot through. Nice, Ali. Rise with your in-breath. Crescent lunge. Strong foundation through your legs. Beautiful work. Exhale, hands to your front thigh. Lean forward. Prepare for your balance. Navel to spine. Inhale, back foot floats off the ground. Stay here as you exhale. Option for arms if you want. Nice, climb. And then come back, soft landing, crescent lunge as you breathe in. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Beautiful, Danica. Exhale, hands to the earth. Right hand stays down. Twist, left arm to the sky. Maybe gaze up at your left fingertips. Exhale, let that go. Pivot your back heel down. Reverse warrior. So inhale, rise up, reach back, lift your left rib cage away from your left hip. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten your front leg, parallel your feet, arms reach up. Swan dive. Exhale all the way down and empty all the way out. Dive as deep as you can. Navel to spine connection at the bottom. Halfway lift. Inhale. Fingertips on the ground. Exhale, crawl your hands forward. Rotate your toes forward. Step forward, forward fold. Halfway lift with your in-breath. Realign your spine. Yes. Exhale, fold. Let it go. Root through your feet all the way up. Arms reach. Maybe you gaze up. Hands to heart. Exhale. We've got one more round. Listen for a few small changes. Inhale, reach up. Now listen here. Side body stretch of your choice over to the right. You can make it your own. Inhale through center, realign. With your exhale, other side, think up and over. Back to center, breathe in. We'll work our baby back bend as we exhale. So cactus your arms, curl open, bottom tips of shoulder blades, hug your spine. Inhale, re-extend, realign, find neutral. Stick your butt out, reach your heart forward, take it all the way down with your exhale. Good. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga dandasana. You can always skip it if you'd rather. Inhale, lift your heart, shoulders back and down. Exhale, lift your hips, down dog. All right, listen, inhale, take your right leg to the sky. You're welcome to hold here or exhale, right knee, left elbow. Use your obliques, little twist, push the ground away. Nice, Camille. Inhale, three-legged, right leg high, strong through your right leg, active through your right foot. Right to right with your exhale, aim for your armpit, even add a little push-up if you want. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to your nose and step through softly. Good work. Rise with your in-breath, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to front thigh, lean forward. One more time, prepare for your balance with your inhale. Float your back foot off the ground and fly. Stay here as you exhale. Add some arms if you want. Good. Nice, Mary. And then come back, crescent lunge, soft landing, arms reach up. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, hands down. We've got a twist. Left hand on the ground. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Peel the right side of your heart open. Beautiful, David. Exhale, let it go. Pivot your back heel down. Reverse your warrior. Rise up, reach back. Now listen, as you exhale, come through warrior two. We're gonna take side angle. So reach forward and then tip it over. You can absolutely stay in your side angle. There's lots of variations you can work into if you'd like, or option for a balance, balancing half moon if you want. Reach your right hand forward, float your back leg up. So wherever you've chosen to be, my friends, give yourself about 2 or 3 more breaths. If your back leg is lifted, strong and powerful. If you want to move into the bind, bend your left knee, grab your left foot, go for it. If you're in side angle, you're taking the bind, awesome. So your pose, be there fully, be in your body, be with your breath. 1 more full round. See if you can land back in a warrior two stance. So everybody find your warrior two, settle in. We'll take just a moment and we'll come back to our flow with our inhale. So straighten your front leg, parallel your feet, arms reach up. And as you exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Halfway lift as you breathe in, find length. Exhale, crawl your hands forward, rotate your toes forward, step forward, forward fold, top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in, realign, lengthen. Yes, exhale, fold. One more time, you've got a chair pose. Weight in your heels, bend your knees, lift your heart, reach up. Good, nice, Sophia. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. Keep your heart lifted. Maybe float to tiptoes. Maybe stay on tiptoes. High mountain, all the way up. Squeeze through the fronts of your thighs as tall as you can grow. Possibly stay on your tiptoes as you dive down slowly. Big balance challenge. Be playful. Thanks, Christine. Halfway lift. Awesome, Niels. Your heels are on the ground as you lengthen out. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga. You are almost there. Stick with it. Use your breath to support you. Inhale, heart lifts. Legs, exhale, hips lift, down dog. Left leg to the sky. Breathe in. You can hold, hang out here. Or exhale, left knee, right elbow. That little twist. Use your obliques. Push the ground away. Inhale, back up, lengthen. Exhale, left to left. Get as high as you can on your left arm. Add that push-up if you want. Yes. Inhale, back up. Last one. Knee to your nose, round your spine, scoop out your belly, then step through softly. Crescent lunge, strong legs. Inhale, rise. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, hands to your front thigh. One last time, preparing to balance on this side. And inhale, float your back foot off the ground. Strong, long, powerful line. Stay here as you exhale. Option to add arms. Good work with your inhalation. Soft landing back in crescent. Reach up, maybe gaze up. Exhale, hands to the ground. Twist, left arm to the sky. Breathe in, open up, perhaps gaze up. And let it go. Exhale, pivot your back heel down, reverse warrior. So rise all the way up, reach back. Now listen, exhale through warrior two into side angle. So reach forward as far as you can, then tip it over. Everything stays open, hips, heart, shoulders. Stay here, or if you want to float up into your half moon, please feel free. So left hand on the ground or a block, right leg strong, powerful. Yeah, if you want to take the bind, go for it. So wherever you have chosen to be there fully. Feel your breath moving into every little space. Take one more full round. If your back leg is lifted, lift it even higher. And then end of your exhale, slowly come back to warrior two. See if you can land softly. You can adjust if you need to once you arrive. Good job coming back to our flow. Inhale, straighten your front leg, parallel your feet, arms reach up. Swan dive with your exhale. Take it all the way down, all the way to emptiness. Fold as deep as you can. Halfway lift, inhale, nice and long, and then exhale, crawl your hands forward, rotate your toes forward, listen, step your front foot back, plank pose. Pause in your plank, come down to your forearms, one forearm at a time, so you'll be in a forearm plank. I promise I'll give you a break after this, so find your strength, navel to spine, hug in with your upper arms, press down through the belly of your forearms, start to walk your toes towards your elbows, come into a dolphin pose. So lift your hips as high as they will possibly go. Don't let your elbows drift apart. Don't let your head touch the ground. You can stay where you're at, or you can play. Maybe you want to lift one leg and then the other. Maybe you even take a few little hops. They don't have to be big hops. You don't have to arrive anywhere. It's just an exploration. Yes, wherever you are at, 2 more big, huge, full body breaths. You're holding dolphin, press your chest towards the back of the room, lift your hips higher. One more huge inhale. If you want, open mouth sigh. Ah, good job. Feet to the ground, knees to the ground. Take a rest. So child's, embryo, or even heroes, just a kneeling position. Take a moment now to just feel, to notice all that energy inside of you, to notice the rise and fall of your breath. And if your breath is sped up, see if you can slow it down, even smooth it out. Good, you guys. So just feel into your inner space, what's flowing through you. No judgment, simply observation. Feel free to take a couple open mouth sighs if it would feel good. And then in your next couple of rounds, just rise up to hands and knees, tabletop position. All right, from tabletop, we're going to move into modified side plank on our right side. So pivot on your right knee, right foot comes to the outside of your mat, left leg reaches back, and then left arm up. So open up through the front of your body. If it feels like your butt's sticking out behind you, see if you can press your hips gently forward. Left foot can stay on the ground if you'd like, or float your left leg up. Maybe reach your left arm forward and work the length in your left side. Yeah, bicep next to your ear. Perfect place to stay. Final option, if you want, bend your left knee, reach back and grab hold of your left foot. Once you've got it, kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. So you're working your pose with gentle leverage. See if you can let your heart open to look up at the sky. Yes, one more full round of breath. Soft through your face, soft through your outer shell. End of your exhale, let it go. Hands and knees, tabletop position. All right, from hands and knees, take your right leg straight out to the right, toes face forward. Take your left arm straight out to the left. And then if you can, lift your left arm all the way up to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, thread your left arm through, reach, come down to rest outside of your shoulder, outside of your head. There is a bind where you wrap your peace fingers, your left peace fingers around your right big toe. So if that's available, go for it. If it feels like you have to strain to get there and you can't breathe once you're there, then let it go. It doesn't matter what works best for you, what variation of this pose is most skillful for you in your body today. Can you feel your breath in your back body? So upper back, mid back, all the way down into your low back. All the way to empty with your exhales. Good, friends. If you don't like having your right leg extended, you can set your right knee on the ground at any point. Take about 2 more breaths. Soft face, soft jaw, soft forehead. If you do happen to have your right hand lifted, set your right hand back on the ground. Next time you breathe in, unthread your left arm. Reach it all the way up one more time. Might even feel good to take an extra breath, reach even higher. Eventually, set your left hand down. Pick up your right foot and swing your right leg all the way over so your right tiptoes come off the left side of your mat. See if you can pull your hips first over to the right and then gaze back over your left shoulder. So rather than looking back just with your head and your eyeballs, see if you can figure out how to use your entire right side. Sometimes I bend my elbows, one or both. Sometimes I come down to my forearm, one or both. Sometimes I peekaboo under my left armpit and kind of round my spine. Take one more big deep breath, feeling that length in your right side. Yeah. And then come back, tabletop, downward facing dog. Big deep breaths. Inhale, take your right leg to the sky. This time, open up your hip. So bend your knee, reach your knee out and up. Try to keep both hands rooted, both shoulders strong. You can absolutely stay here. This is a really good opening for the front of your right hip. Or if you'd like, option to flip your dog. So right foot comes down. Good. Reach forward, heart forward. Lift your hips. Yeah, feel the strength in your back body. Take one more round of breath if you're in the back bend. Beautiful. And then come back, everybody, 3-legged down dog, right leg extended. See if you can square off your hips and feel that big, huge difference. Take one more inhale. Exhale, right foot to the top of your space. Now listen, I hardly ever teach this pose, warrior one. So back heel pivots down. Back foot is at about a 30-degree angle. So your left toes face slightly to the left, slightly forward. Rise when you're ready. I like my feet on 2 train tracks rather than a balance beam. The intention is to square off your hips, same way you would in crescent lunge. So pull your front hip back, back hip forward. If it feels like your ribs stick out, draw your front ribs in, tone through your low belly. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. Shoulder blades squeeze your spine, maybe your palms press, and then start to reach your hands back. Little baby back bend, lift your heart, not just your head, but your heart. Inhale. As you exhale, humble warrior. So you're gonna bow right shoulder to the inside of your right knee. Keep tracking your front knee open, don't let it fall in. So towards your pinky toe. You might draw your chin even more towards your chest. Find what's called Jalandhara Bandha, your throat lock. Back leg stays strong, back foot stays rooted. See if you can lift your knuckles even higher. Take one more inhale. Good job. Exhale, hands to your low back. Release your clasp, fingertips to the ground, framing your front foot. Standing splits, right foot roots, left leg lifts. So think of it as just a one-legged forward fold. You choose if you want to keep your hips square or open them up. Neither one is right or wrong, just a different way to work the pose. If you want to explore, maybe play with balance or even handstand hops, go for it. Left leg strong, left foot active. So try to spread through your left toes. Awesome, Camille. Soften your face. Take one more big inhale. Good job. Exhale, set your left foot down, top of your mat, forward fold. If you want, you can give your right leg a little shake out. Bring your big toes to touch, little gap in between your heels. If you have knee issues, you may just hang out in your forward fold. Otherwise, tiny little potato bug ball. So tuck and curl, butt towards the ground, nose towards your knees. You can either choose to press your heels down, that will work your ankle flexibility, or you can lift your heels up, that will work strength. If you're lifting your heels, see if you can lift them higher. The higher your heels lift, lower your butt goes. See if you can get your nose closer to your knees and maybe even wrap your arms around your legs. Give yourself a big squeeze. So get as small and as compact as you can. It's like you're trying to fit your body into a little tiny egg. Take one more breath. All the way to empty as you exhale. Halfway lift with your inhale. Heels down, stick your butt out. Spine nice and long. Exhale, fold. Root through your feet. Let's take it all the way to stand. Big full body stretch. Breathe in. Hands to heart. Breathe out. Flow with your breath. High mountain. Inhale. Swan dive down. Exhale. Slowly, intentionally. Beautiful. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, vinyasa, however you want. Meet in a tabletop. So if you want to go all the way back to down dog, then bring your knees down, fine with me. Good, all right. From hands and knees, we've got modified side plank on the left side this time. So pivot on your left knee, left foot comes out to the outside of your mat, right leg reaches all the way back, and then right arm up, open through the front of your body. So rather than sticking your butt out, try to get any flexion, any bend out of the front of your hips. Maybe reach your right arm forward, maybe float your right leg up. So if your right leg lifts, strong and powerful, it's like you're karate kicking with your right leg and it got frozen in space. Stay here or work into your half bow. So final option, bend your knee, grab your foot, kick your foot back. Don't kick your foot up, kick your foot back, and then let your heart look up. Yes, see if you can press your hips gently forward. See if you can feel your breath all the way down in your belly. One last round, spread through your right toes. Good job. End of your exhale, let it go. Hands and knees, tabletop. Take your left leg now out to the left. Heel comes straight out from your hip, toes face forward. Right arm out to the right, and then all the way up. Open up, breathe in. Exhale, thread it through. So reach, 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 come down to rest. Outside of your shoulder, outside of your head. Anywhere you want to take it on this side. Make sure your breath is right there with you. So mindfulness, I heard this quote and I loved it. Mindfulness isn't doing what you're doing slowly necessarily, but it is doing whatever you are doing fully. So how can you be more fully present in this pose? How can you be more fully aware of what's going on inside your body, of your breath flowing through you? Most of us can breathe deeper than we think we can. Most of us can empty out more than we think we can. So stay curious. Stay playful. There's always more to be discovered. That's my favorite thing about this practice. You can never, ever arrive. Take about 2 more rounds wherever you're at. Good job, friends. If you do happen to have your left hand lifted, nice, David, set your left hand back on the ground. And then with your next inhalation, unthread your right arm, reach it all the way up as high as you can. One more time. If you want, you can take an extra breath. Eventually, right hand comes down. Pick up your left foot, swing your left leg over, left tiptoes on the ground, and then pull your hips to the left as you gaze back over your right shoulder. So your left foot is off the right side of your mat. I like my toes tucked under, but I'm noticing some of you untuck them, so that feels better. Awesome, go for it. Explore your variation of this pose. Take one more huge breath, maybe rock forward, rock back, round, or arch. Good work. And then come back, tabletop. Downward facing dog. We know your body's getting tired. Use your breath, power you through the rest of your practice. Next, inhale, left leg to the sky. Open up your hip. Try not to shift through hands or shoulders. Make it come from your left hip joint. Yes, so good. There's a great place to stay. You can stay here, breathe here, or option to flip your dog. So carefully, mindfully. Left foot comes down, left arm forward. If there was a mirror on this front wall, you're trying to look at yourself in that mirror. So reach your heart forward, maybe take your gaze forward, lift your hips, one more round. Good, end of your exhale, bring it back, three-legged down dog, adjust your hips so now they're square. Feel the difference. One more in breath, left leg high, and then exhale, left foot to the top of your space. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. So pivot your back heel down, your right toes, your back toes, a little out to the right and a little forward. So it's not the same as Warrior 2, it is different. And I personally like my feet on 2 train tracks rather than a balance beam. So feel into what feels best in your body, what feels best in your hips and in your back leg. We don't want to open our hips. We're working them towards square. So adjust however you need to. Left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward. Tone through your belly, knit through your front ribs, lift through your heart. One more big in breath. As you exhale, hands behind your back, interlace. And then switch your fingers to one finger over. So it's gonna feel a little bit funky and weird. We're going with that. Roll your shoulders back and down. Maybe reach your hands back. Maybe lift your heart up. One more inhale. Humble warrior. So as you exhale, bow to the inside of your left knee, left shoulder towards the inside of your left knee. Let your head either hang or intentionally draw your chin closer to your chest. Feel throat lock, Jalandhara Bandha, so you really start to hear your breath even more as it flows through the back of your throat. Keep tracking your front knee open. Don't let it collapse in. Keep your back foot rooted, your back leg strong. See if you can lift your knuckles a tiny bit higher. Work that opening in the front of your shoulders. One more inhale. Good job. Nice nails. Exhale, hands to your low back. Release your clasp. Fingertips to the ground. And then we've got standing splits. Left foot roots, right leg lifts. Just a one-legged forward fold. Don't psych yourself out with the name. Doesn't matter how high your right leg goes, but keep your right leg powerful. Energy runs all the way up into your right toes. Spread them. You can play with balance. You can play with hops. You can play with Shiva squats. Anywhere you want to go. Good job. Good poses. Hug in with your left inner thigh. Feel that connection to your center, that lift from your belly button. One more big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot down top of your space. Left leg gets a little shake out if it needs it. And then when you're ready, big toes touch, little gap in between your heels. One more tiny little potato bug ball. Stay in your tiny little potato bug ball, or if you want a balance challenge, you can turn it into a toe stand. So squeeze through your inner heels, inner thighs, inner knees, and see if you can point your knees forward. Bring your hands up to your heart, spine long. So wherever you are at, again, be there fully. Good. Couple more rounds of breath, slow, steady. Soft through your outer shell. Inhale, halfway lift. Set your heels down, stick your butt out, lengthen your spine. You can widen your stance if you want. Exhale, fold. We're gonna rise one last time, all the way up to stand, arms to the sky, full body stretch. Hands to your heart, connect back with you. Exhale. Flow with your breath. Inhale, high mountain. Take your swan dive down. Feel it from the inside. Lots of awareness. Beautiful breath. Halfway lift as you breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, vinyasa, however you'd like, or skip it, meet back in down dog. All right, friends, inhale your right leg to the sky. And then pigeon pose, right shin to the top of your mat. Gently set your body down. If you know that this pose works better for you in a seat or on your back, please feel free to take it there. Otherwise, set yourself up mindfully in your pigeon pose. Slowly, breath by breath, settle in. So can you just be with yourself in this moment? Can you be with the sensation in your body, even if it's uncomfortable? Can you allow yourself to feel what's there without distracting? And if you do get distracted, if your mind wanders off, no big deal, but notice that, come back. I will come around with a little essential oil spritz. If you don't want it, if you have an aversion to essential oils, just raise your hand in the air. Okay, thank you. So how does it feel to be alive in your body in this moment? How does it feel to let your breath flow all the way down into your hips? How does it feel to surrender and soften even in your discomfort? Take about 3 to 5 more rounds. If you want big open mouth size, all the breath work, all the pranayama exercises I've learned, still, I think the most valuable is just that huge inhale through your nose, big exhale through your mouth. When there's an overwhelm or too much, breathe out your mouth. As you are ready, let's say your next breath or two, just slowly start your own transition back to down dog. So however you want to get there, whatever poses you want to take in between sides. If you're down on your back and you want to stay there, you can just take any neutralizing movements in between sides. Good. So if you want to move through a vinyasa, if you want to take some cat-cows, eventually back to your down dog and just walk it out. Feel the difference between right side, left side. And then you guys just in your own time, find your way to your pigeon on the left. Big, spacious inhales. Long exhales all the way to emptiness. This is a quote by Cory Muscara. He says, "May we let go of what is no longer serving us, reconnect to the truest sense of ourselves, and give ourselves permission to make mistakes, to be confused, to feel joy, and live every second of this roller coaster called being human." So we don't practice yoga so we can become perfect and nothing ever phases us anymore. It's just literally impossible because we are human. We practice yoga so that we can embrace the wholeness of what it is to be human, so that we can feel everything, even what's uncomfortable, even what's hard and difficult, and still find that connection to ourselves, still find our own strength from within. So even when things get chaotic and confusing, we come back to our center, we come back to our breath, we come back to our sense of grounding that comes from within, not without. So in this moment, even amidst maybe some discomfort in your hips, maybe some anxiety in your body, can you still just stay and be here and breathe and notice what you feel in your body rather than trying to shut it down or suppress it? Just let it be. Give it your awareness, your breath. I'm going to guess 3 to 5 more rounds on this side. Open mouth exhales anytime. I'm going to leave it up to you. So when you feel pretty even on both sides, slow transition back to one final down dog, or if you're already on your back, any neutralizing movements, and you can wait for us there. If you want one last down dog, feel free to join us. So again, find your way back however you want. That might just be taking your left leg up and back, giving it a nice little shake out. Or maybe you come into a tabletop, give yourself some cat-cows. Maybe you want to move through a vinyasa, one final vinyasa. Now would be your time if you want it. Eventually back to down dog and just feel into all the space you have created in your body, all the length. Beautiful, friends. If you're in down dog, one more big breath there. And then everyone start to find your way onto your back if you're not there already. You can face whichever direction you would like. Get there however you would like. And if you want to put on any extra layers of clothing, feel free. Once you are on your back, just draw your knees towards your belly and find a little rock from side to side. Rock gently. You can keep your knees together. Focus on your low back. Or you can take your knees in different directions. Get into your hips a little bit. And as you're ready, supine spinal twist of your choice. Legs to the right, left arm out to the left, or cactus with your left arm against the ground. Gaze up or over your left shoulder and just let the ground hold absolutely all of your weight. So notice, are you trying to hold yourself up? Are you resisting anywhere? And can you just let yourself be held? Can you soften? Can you feel your breath all the way down in your belly? And then after about 4 or 5 rounds on this side, slowly transition to a twist on the other side. You can take your time. So as you come through center, maybe a little rock, maybe a squeeze of your knees in. When you feel pretty even on both sides, no rush. Start transitioning back to center and finish off your own practice however you want. Maybe a happy baby, maybe one last inversion, maybe one last big squeeze of your knees. And then slowly just transition into your final relaxation, no hurry. And one last little thought for you, again by Cory Muscara. Says, let go of other people's ideas for what your new year should be and trust your own rhythms. From a spiritual perspective, it is better to spend a full year simply waiting and listening for what feels true than to participate in someone else's prescription for how to maximize your life. This waiting and listening may look like doing nothing to the rest of the world, but it's the greatest nothing there is. You are recalibrating to your pulse of truth. Anything else is a form of outsourcing your personal responsibility for creating a life of alignment. So I think we are all reminded over and over again that anything that does not feel true for us never really leads to happiness and joy. So for these last few moments, just feel into your own body. What feels true for you as you go forward into this new year? Maybe you need more rest. Maybe that's what your body has been craving, aching for. Maybe you need more action. But whatever you do, can you do it from your own heart, from your own soul? What feels right from the inside? So these last few moments, I'll play my bowls. And as the sounds, as the vibrations move through your body, just feel whatever there is to feel. If it feels uncomfortable, if it feels overwhelming, see if you can be with that the same way you would be with an uncomfortable yoga pose. My invitation is to listen with your entire body. So not just with your ears and your head, but imagine you can hear with your entire body, with your heart, with your hands and your fingers. Just let it flow through. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. Big sigh when you're ready. Just let it go. Start to wiggle through fingers and toes. And as you're ready, find your way to either side. Take a moment just resting in fetal position. Just let your practice settle in, soak in. And symbolic of a rebirth or a new beginning, slowly find your way back up into seated meditation. Close your eyes and gather your hands to your heart. And just bow your head to your heart and acknowledge yourself for taking the time to do your practice, for making the effort to show up, to connect with a deeper place inside of you. Thank you so, so much for letting me guide you. The light in me sees and reflects the light in you. Namaste. Thank you everyone so much for being here. I just want to make sure you get enough yoga since you made it all the way out here, because I know it's like 11:40. This class, FYI, is a 90-minute class from like always. But I always say don't get intimidated by that, because it just means you get like more relaxing stuff at the end, not more hard stuff, just more relaxing stuff. And if you ever need to sneak out early, that's fine with me. Thanks, Zoomies. Happy New Year. Love you.